All right, so this video is going to show you how to prompt your AI. I use ChatGPT to create blog posts and then how you upload that into your Lofty CRM. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do before you even start getting into the blogging side of things is I put together my differentiator. So basically your value proposition of what you offer for your customers. And I would say create a differentiator. I mean, you could put the whole thing in here for what you do for your buyers and sellers, or you can divide it up as you're going to want to create like a project inside of a chat. Okay. I don't know. Where am I? So here you would create a project in here and just maybe call it blogging or blog post, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And inside your blogging, oh, no, let me go find where I was. Blog marketing content. Okay. Um, you're going to want to put this. You can put your differentiator inside the blogging post. You could put your client avatar. Now, one of the things you want to think about with your client avatar is you want to focus on one type of avatar at a time. So you could say your avatar might be sellers who are expanding because they have a bigger family, or it could be downsizing, or the empty nesters, that type of thing. And then, of course, if you want to focus with buyers, you want to focus on, let's say you want to focus on VA buyers, so veterans, and or obviously active military. You also could focus on first-time home buyers. You could focus on moving up buyers as well as even moving down buyers. And those normally want to also sell. So you could create even two types of blog posts from like that type of customer. But either way, I want you to know to, in your project, differentiate your different chats inside of there because it's going to talk to each other anyway. But you want to start out with what's your value proposition, as well as what client you're focusing on specifically for a blog post. So I'm going to show you what the specifics goes into. So I already created what kind of avatar I wanted, and I used ChatGPT for that. Okay. So now I said, I want you to behave like an online marketing specialist and find the questions people are asking on different channels so I can use those questions to write articles and blog posts based on my 2 uploads. All right. So then it said, okay, we analyzed both of these things. So my differentiator is that I focus on buyer demand and listing performance systems. So that's why, so with mine, I put everything in there for buyers and sellers. It didn't matter. But I wanted it to take whatever information might be necessary for moving up sellers. That's the avatar. So it's really the avatar you want to separate each time for sure. Okay. Then it went and searched all of these platforms to see what people are searching. So you want to know what people are searching to know what type of blog posts to write, because then you're going to pop up and be SEO'd, on your website for those blog posts. Okay. So here's the different types of stage 1 is they're stuck. They have a problem. Then they want to know, like, how do things work? Then we want to get a solution. Then they get into decision stage. So there's different stages that sellers go through, and you want to be the resource for all of it. Okay. So now we're going to go to ready to use blog ideas. So it's going to give you a ton of ideas, whichever one you want. And you can use all of them. I mean, you could literally create an entire year of content like that. Okay. So you could even tell it to specifically build out a 30-day blog post plan where you want to post every Monday through Friday. So that would be pretty much 20 different blog posts. So you could tell it different things. Okay. See, it even says build you a 30-day. I said, let's start with turning this into a full SEO optimized article, which you could also prompt it at the beginning, and then we'll create the lead magnet funnel. Okay. So I was going more into that direction with this, but you can go in any direction with this, but definitely tell it you want a full SEO optimized articles. Okay. Or blog posts. It says, okay, we're going to do this like a true SEO strategist where we're going hyper local, high intent keywords, emotion and decision driven based on our avatar. And it's going to naturally position them of what I bring to the table. Okay. So now here's the different articles that are going to be fully optimized. So the primary keyword, because you can take this stuff and put it in the back end of Lofty, and then secondary keywords. So you have your title. Okay. And then we have our meta description. And then you could even tell it, write it specifically for Lofty, the Lofty CRM or a Lofty website. Okay. And it will show you and do it exactly as if you are going to just copy it and paste it right into Lofty as well. I didn't tell it to do that. I just kind of copied my own stuff. So basically I went, and copied all of this stuff. Well, let's see, where did I go? I don't think I did that. Yeah, I said, give me the next article. I would like you to recommend 4 of the above. Okay, so it said, or I like all 4. Yep. So why this article works, call to action, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I copied this article and I put it into my website. Now, where you go inside of Lofty, is here's, or you go into websites. All right. So let me get into my website. And right here, you're going to see where you can share a blog. Okay. And now you want to make the blog active and make sure it's on the website and showing up as one of the options. So let me show you what my website looks like. Yeah, and see, here's the blog. Still trying to figure out how to change the picture. I don't love those. That's the part I haven't figured out yet. But still, like these are the different blog posts, and someone could come in here. But what's great is you want to start promoting this and marketing it even on social media. And you could even do like a post a day, like check out my blog today. You can make it something cute and make a little video with it. Let me go back to here. Okay. So as you can see, you're in here. This one was uncategorized. I don't know why, but you can categorize these because I was specifically writing in this segment that I did this blogging here. Oops, sorry. I knew I was focusing on moving up sellers. Okay, so that was these 5 here. So actually, I guess I could say it's move up sellers. And once you create it, it's then there. But here's where you add a new one. And like I said, so you can create these and look, you can have them scheduled, a draft, obviously throw them out. So if you come in here, let me just show you what you would do for this blog post. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So the title, here's the title, copy, paste, blog post content. So we're going to take the content. So I don't like where it says introduction. I like where it starts here. Okay. And then I'm going to copy. And we're going to take out some of this stuff. So you can tell it, write it as it's an actual post. Don't put these things in it because then, you are going to be doing a lot of deleting, like boom. I don't like the lines in between because it kind of, makes it look like it's, and you could take out some of the emojis or tell it, don't do emojis, don't do a ton of emojis, those kinds of things. So I like to take out the lines because then it doesn't look so much like a AI. All right, here we go. There you go. So you did that. Now go into, you can save it, save as a draft. And then here's my drafts. Okay. I always like to save stuff because you never know when it might like do something wrong. Now here's the settings. So, here's where you could change the photo. So you could go look for a photo or tell chat to, now that they're really good at creating images, which they weren't, about a month ago even, but you can ask chat like, hey, I want you to create a picture for all of these articles or just the article you're working on. Okay. So that's the cool thing in the categories. Oh, this would be the move up sellers. So I'm adding that. Add featured image to blog detail page. So you can add this when they even open it and add the pretty picture. Now here's where the SEO comes in. So we have the meta title, meta keywords, and meta description. So we scroll back up and here we go. So primary keyword, copy, and then blog's first sentence, not necessarily. This is the meta description, copy. So you can take that out and put whatever you want. Now the title is, yeah, the blog title, your name, company name. So you could add all that, keep all that, or not. What's nice is you do have these variables of what you can, use, but, or you just have the title. However you want to do it, like either one is fine. I normally just leave that because it will then start branding me if someone looks up Jillian Von Olin, as well as Hearts and Homes at LPT Realty, then they can find, like, they're going to start seeing all these blog posts. Okay. And then you can post now, you can schedule it. So let's see, edit. And here's where you can schedule. So if you're like, I'm going to go write 5, but I want to post them every different day, and you could pick the time they get posted. All right. And then that's it. And you just hit post. And that's it. So it's really, really, really easy. And then make sure, so let me see if you have to. No, and I don't know what this is. I haven't played with the RSS feeds yet. So you could always, once again, ChatGPT, say, hey, for my blogs, I have an RSS aggregator. And I want to add some RSS feeds to it so that it can rank better or higher, or ask what the RSS feeds does. I actually don't really know, but just make sure your blog is active on your site. As you can see, mine shows blogs. Excuse me. And I can't remember, let me see if I can figure out how to do that. The editor, you may have to add the page in the editor. Oh, great, now I have the hiccups. Here we go. So if you go to page, see I have blogs here. So there might be hidden, look at all this stuff I have hidden. Oh, excuse me. So make sure you could just drag and drop, okay? So if the blogs are here, drag and drop that, of where you want it showing up, at your top bar, like mine. Okay. And that's how you make sure the blogs are showing up. And that's really it. So super easy. Like I said, start with your avatar of who you're writing it about inside of your project, and how you're different. Okay. And then you start building it out for that specific avatar for each type of post. And yeah, you could build out tons and tons and tons of content, schedule it out, and be kind of done. All right. So hopefully that's helpful for you. If you have other questions, please let me know. Thanks.